Local community. From a small dent to major collision repair, Hamilton Paint and Body is here for you. Owners Brett and Kim Guin would like to say thank you for your business.
Northwest Alabama Heating and Cooling, blowing away our competition.
Hello, I'm Richard Kitchens, owner of Sports Gallery here on the Court Square in Hamilton. I'd like to thank all of our customers and thank you for watching the Hamilton City Council meeting.
Hi, my name is Randy Whitehead, President and CEO of People's Trust Bank. I invite you to view the live streaming of Hamilton City Council meetings every first and third Monday at 6:00 p.m.
In your perfect stay at the Holiday Inn in Guin off of I-22. Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
I'm Rick Chambliss with Marion County Funeral Home and Spry Memorial Chapel in Russellville, Alabama. This is Glenda Cochran, our manager out here. Under the laws of Alabama that was passed in 2002, a funeral establishment has to be certified with the state and carry a certificate of authority before they can even talk to anyone when the time comes. Is guaranteed to be there.
Since 1987, Smith Furniture has been in business to serve the community with high-quality furniture at the best price. Some of our name brands are Homestretch, Ashley, Lazy Boy, Catnapper, Lane, Bar Bassett, GE, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, and Maytag. We offer finance in 12 months, same as cash. So stop by Fulton, Mississippi and see Jim, Shannon, and Joe at Smith's Furniture or call us at 662-862-7412.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties. You don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.
Hello, come in.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. We'll be getting started here in just a minute.
That's fine.
My name's Bob Page. I'm the mayor. Who are you, sir?
Thomas McGagle.
Okay.
I just moved into the area.
Oh, good. Welcome to our meeting. Okay, 6 o'clock has arrived, and that's the time that we always call our meeting to order. So at this time, we'll call our meeting to order. We want to welcome our guests tonight. We appreciate everyone that's come out and have a few things on our agenda. Of course, we know the 4th of September is our Labor Day. It's hard to believe that it's already that deep into the year, but once you reach Labor Day, it's not long to Christmas. So we're going to be winding another one down. Come in, Chief. But always before we start our meeting, we try to open with an invocation and our Pledge of Allegiance. So at this time, I'd ask you to stand together. Father in heaven, we just pause at this moment to thank you for this day. We thank you, Lord, that we can have a meeting such as this, and we have freedoms to call a meeting of our community and our city, where we can discuss the business and hopefully carry it out, Lord, in a way that will be pleasing to you. Thank you for each guest that we have with us tonight. We ask that we, from time to time as we meet, would have community interest shown, and may we always strive to do our best in life. And we ask your blessings to continue on this community. In Christ's name I pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll move right into our agenda for tonight. The first item would be a recommendation to approve the minutes of the August 7th, 2023 council meeting. And we need a motion for that. Motion. Got a motion from Ross. We need a second.
Second.
Second by Scott Robertson. All those in favor of that motion? Thank you. Item 2 is a recommendation to change the date of our next scheduled meeting to Tuesday, September the 5th, 2023, due to the City Hall being closed on Monday for Labor Day holiday. So if that would be in keeping with the group, we'd ask you to move it forward one day.
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion from Scott Tyrrell. We need a second. A second from Sherry. All those in favor of moving it up one day? Thank you. I appreciate that cooperation. And item 3 is the recommendation to pass resolution 2023-8-21 that will approve off-duty employment for the City of Hamilton police officers, requiring employer liability to be responsible for the external employee agency. Do you want to address that, Chief?
Yes, sir. Based on a recommendation from AMIC, which is our insurance company, I've read some sample policies as far as that allows our officers to work off-duty second employment, which basically allows our officers to protect businesses, churches, and organizations within the city limits of Hamilton that are based within Hamilton city limits or operating within Hamilton city limits. This allows our officers, at your approval, to utilize their uniforms, patrol vehicles, duty weapons to protect the businesses, the citizens, the churches within inside the city limits. This is just a resolution that's needed to be passed for some time to better allow our officers to protect these businesses, churches, and other organizations.
Any further questions or discussion before we bring it to vote? Okay, then I'd like to ask for a motion. We got a motion from Wade.
Like schools too for something,
The way I worded the sample resolution and our policy, it would allow that to be a possibility. That's why I worded it the way I did. In the event that we needed to travel with the school somewhere outside the city limits, that organization is ultimately based inside the city limits.
Okay, that's a good question.
And this also means that the employer that the officer goes to work for has to have liability insurance of at least $100,000 to cover us in the event of some type of emergency.
That's good to know.
I'll second that one.
We got a second now. We're ready for a vote. All those in favor of that resolution? Thank you. Item 4 is a recommendation to pass resolution 2023-8-21B, which is the installation/operation and maintenance agreement for traffic signals and or roadway lighting between the Alabama Department of Transportation and the City of Hamilton. And that came to us about a week ago, is that correct?
Yes.
I think we've done this before, this agreement. and it's pretty much a maintenance agreement between us and DOT for our signal lights. If there's not any further discussion on that matter, then we'd call for a motion to pass that resolution.
I'll make a motion.
Scott Robertson made the motion. Will we need a second? Sherry made the second. All those in favor of resolution 2023-8-21B, thank you. Item 5 is a recommendation to approve the Hamilton Sullins House, and it will become the location of the Marion County Historical Society office and museum. I'm not sure this will be fully manned day by day, but there will be some volunteerism from the Historic Society, I understand. And they have a good bit of articles they want to display at the house. It's almost ready for them as far as being finished. Any discussion about that before we bring it to a vote?
Yeah, Mayor, would this be something the city can have access to when we need it, as far as just turn it over there and us not have any? If there come events that we might need that house for, I think we should still have, you know, our input as to when we need to use that house. You know, we're the ones paying for it, we're the ones that owns it.
Even
It's
if,
been over $200,000.
even if we approve this tonight, I'd still want us to sign an agreement with the Historical Society with some guidelines. Jeremy Street, that I'd ask him to prepare us guidelines as needed.
I'd be for that.
And I think we should have an agreement, not just an open-ended allowance here. But I'm not opposed to the Historical Society having some display in there. But I think there'll be times when we want events at that property.
Based on that, I'd make a motion to approve.
Well, it's a plus if we'll have somebody.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We will amend that motion to have an agreement, a signed agreement with the Historical Society. Okay.
I'll second.
You gonna
Yes,
make a
sir.
motion as amended?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you'll second. All those in favor of that with an agreement? Thank you. And we'll find out how much time they want to actually put in.
And they, by the way, do a great job. I'm very, very thankful for our Historical Society because they,
Oh, yeah.
you know, they've done an excellent job. We do know them.
I don't turn loose of our history of our community.
I sold it just for one day. Ogden House there was restored. So,
Item 6 is a recommendation to approve the new city seal. My tongue's a little twisted tonight. The new city seal for the city of Hamilton as designed by Gary Wayne Mays. He's done a good bit of work, and we've looked at those seals, and I think the one with the stream on it is the one we agreed that we love the most. Would that be correct?
Scott and Mike got it.
You got a picture of it?
I have a okay, I'll send you
We want to have it where we can post it right here, use it on letterheads and things of that nature that would be something that we could be proud of our heritage. Our Buddy Hatcher River flows through our city. Our city was established in 1883, and it'll look more like the seal. What we had previous is just, it doesn't say anything about our city or our community as far as I'm concerned. With that said, would you like to adopt a new seal?
I'll make a motion.
We got a motion to adopt a new seal for our city. We'd need a second. So Sherry seconds. All those in favor? Thank you very much. Tonight we have a special guest with us, Mr. Tom Weismuller. He's head of our C3 organization and comes tonight to give us an update on C3 and just talk to us in general, Tom, and tell us anything we might need to hear tonight.
Thank you, Mayor.
Proud to have you with us. You can have the microphone if you want it.
Tonight I wanted to give an update and talk about some of the things we're working on to see kind of there's ways we can set up some activities for the next month or two and then going forward. A few updates. You may have heard this before, but we did receive a $500,000 brownfields assessment grant from the EPA, and just a little bit of information for some that aren't familiar with that.
Turn them up just a little bit. Turn them up just a tad.
Brownfields are, brownfields are, a lot of times people, when they think of brownfields, are thinking of former sort of industrial properties that had factories on them and that need to be cleaned up, and those are brownfields, but oftentimes it's almost any commercial property, a lot of times is a brownfield, because it could be a property that needs to be, that had some kind of use, you know how to use on it before, that probably maybe would cause some contamination, but then other times you just don't know. If you don't know, it's pretty much a brownfield. So this is money we can use to do due diligence on commercial properties, and that's sort of your bread and butter. That is your phase 1, phase 2 environmental assessments, environmental studies. Some of you that do property transactions have probably had to do those before the city. Phase 1s aren't that expensive. The phase 2s can get pretty expensive. So that's money's available for that. But we can also do additional due diligence with brownfields money. If it's a brownfield, we can check out the kind of the wetlands, assess the wetlands, and sometimes even do more work than that. And somewhat in concert with that, the state recently created a new program. We don't have a lot of details on it yet, but we're excited about it. It's called SEEDS, and it's a site for, this one's for industrial, I should say. The brownfields is for industrial, commercial, could be even multifamily residential that you can use that for. The SEEDS program is really for industrial. It's a site preparation program, relatively new for the state. And for rural communities, like in Marion County, it'll be whatever the local expenditure is, 50 cents, the state could potentially match that with $1. And this is for due diligence, like I was talking about with brownfields, but also site prep. Now the Hamilton I-22 industrial park, y'all did a great job, did a lot of the due diligence, have done a lot of site prep there. We can look to see if there's some brownfield potential to spend money there. That could be part of that match, but there's also other sites we can look at. You have a couple other exits on I-22 between the brownfields and the SEEDS program. It's great when we can kind of match them up together, because that brownfields can be your local match, but there's also other opportunities to use either program kind of individually. So we're excited about those. Been really ramped up our marketing this year. The project pipeline has kind of slowed down a little bit with the economy. It's been a little bit some headwinds with interest rates and that kind of thing. Still optimistic about manufacturing, although some of the aspects of the economy have kind of had a little bit of a rough go, but we still feel like there's really good potential for manufacturing. And kind of when you're in a phase where it's maybe not as much recruitment activity, we've really gone heavy with marketing. And today I had a editing session. We've talked to the council before about the video project that we're doing. Hired a firm to create a really nice video that's going to highlight our region, but it's going to focus quite a bit on the I-22 corridor. In Hamilton I-22 Industrial Park, we have the videographer out there, got some really good shots out there, got some really good shots of Bevel State and Hamilton, and some beautiful shots of the community in Hamilton. That'll really feature a lot in that video. These things are expensive, so it's a big investment for us, but we feel like it'll get a lot of mileage. We'll use it when we go to trade shows. We'll have it on a screen at our booth, kind of playing on the booth. We'll share it with site selectors. We'll be using it in our marketing, our digital marketing side of things. So we're excited about that. Last week I was in Atlanta and met with site selectors. Had a series of 5 meetings with different site selectors. One of them was interested in the Hamilton I-22 Industrial Park. So while we're doing a lot of marketing and really ramping up our marketing, face-to-face marketing is still number one. So we've gone to a number of trade shows this year. I was up in Chicago a few weeks back, really trying to kind of hit the pavement and share all of our industrial properties. But Hamilton, as you know, Hamilton I-22 Industrial Park is really probably the best positioned park that we have. So it comes up and we try to present it as much as we can. We also had a really big emphasis this year with the board, our board, with working with existing industry. Because as you know, we've had, prior to recently with the economy being a little bit rougher, we've had a lot of expansion activity the last couple of years, which has been fantastic. Your existing businesses are oftentimes your biggest job creators and investors. And so we've been trying to visit as many of our kind of mid to larger size manufacturers. We usually go with a group. Sometimes mayors and other people come along, just kind of check in, see how they're doing, if there's anything we can help with. It could be the road out front, or it could be a lot of times especially last year, it was workforce availability. We'll try to help with that. Anything that we can help with. And hopefully when you talk to them, they're thinking about doing an expansion at some point, and then we can kind of get ready to help them with an expansion. Those are sort of the key major things we're working on at the moment. Continue to try to recruit industry and really hitting the marketing piece hard right now.
Tom, let's go back to the brownfield money. How restrictive is that? Does it have to be known as a commercial site already, or just a potential commercial site if the test could be done on the grounds? How do you identify what can be tested under these funds and what can't be?
There's a lot of flexibility there. The classic case of what you can't use it for would be a obvious, like a single family home development. That wouldn't qualify. Or a property that is just so obviously green, like surrounded by farm fields, nothing's ever been built there. That's not a brownfield. Anything else, we can probably find a way to call it a brownfield. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, I mean, when I say commercial, I'm thinking a commercial transaction where somebody's looking to build, maybe build a commercial project on there. It didn't have to have a commercial history. It could be a completely green looking site that's half a block away from a manufacturing facility, or there's a railroad track there, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of flexibility with it. And I should have mentioned the money, it's a no match grant, and it's for private or public property owners. So anybody that's looking to do a project, if you're thinking about purchasing a property, you have to do the due diligence, or you're thinking about building, and it's a commercial, where you're gonna have a commercial end result, generally it's gonna be considered a brownfield. As long as it's not, as I said, obviously in a outskirt area that's never had any development, that's not gonna be a brownfield.
I know certain petroleum products can be a contaminant. What's some of the poisons that would disqualify a site if the poisons were to be found in the soil itself? Do you know offhand?
None of that would disqualify. This is for assessment, and pretty much any of those sites are going to qualify. Where you run into on the cleanup side, we're going to apply for cleanup money after not this cycle, but the following cycle, and additional assessment money. That's the thing about brownfields. Once you get started, sometimes it's easier to get more kind of follow-up grants, at least we hope so. We'll probably apply for cleanup grants. The main issue, or the obstacle on the cleanup side, is that the responsible party can't be asking for cleanup dollars. It has to be somebody else that didn't do that. But as far as assessment, it's available to assess anything, whatever's happened there before or hasn't happened there before.
If a person had a commercial site that had been used for some other purpose and something bad was found in the soil, could the owner liable themselves about that discovery? I mean, could they be fined or anything by EPA or the government under this discovery of these?
No, there's no any kind of reporting on this. It's basically just it's information. I mean, I guess there's a situation where somebody could potentially sell a property to somebody that's not doing their due diligence, unbeknownst or whatever. I mean, but I'm not sure that's good practice anyway. I mean, generally, a sound purchaser is going to want to do that due diligence. This will pay for it. But that's the only scenario I can think of, is where you're basically trying to sell something to somebody and not let them know. But other than that, it doesn't bound you to anything. From my impression, the ADEM Department they kind of know what sites they already have on their list, and it's not going to put you on a list.
Our industrial park, I think, has been tested for things that we've allowed farming to go on, so sometimes barrels and things like that that contain certain chemicals may have leaked a little, we don't know. I wondered if we needed to have our park or parts of it retested, I didn't know.
It's available, yeah, this would be free there's no match to do that, and it's always good. A lot of times you have to redo those due diligence studies after a certain period. I think it's been a while, so that's something we can look to do. But I don't expect much major issues out there.
I don't either. I had the thought maybe we haven't had it tested in recent years.
Yes.
We've allowed agriculture to continue in the park. I know Freedom Fiber's about to embark on building their new building on that side, and I don't want any surprises.
Absolutely. I think that's wise, and I've worked on projects in the past where we said this phase one ESA was done 12 years ago, and the developer said, can you update it, or I'm going to have to update it. That's too old. So, absolutely.
Any questions of Tom? I appreciate your comments that you brought tonight.
The project that we had a year or two ago,
Yes.
kind of,
Project Varsity.
yeah, kind of went out. Is that any chance of that ever coming back, or is that still something you hope to do?
There's a chance, but I'd say low probability, because that company did end up making an offer on another property, and I don't think it's like 100% all the way through the woods yet, but I think as far as I know, they haven't had any setbacks in that transaction.
Okay. What's out there? Project Bear?
That one, I may check back up on them, but the parties that we were originally talking to, they had a shakeup in the company. I think there were some issues, and then they were having to basically bring in a new CEO and all that. That type of use, we definitely get a lot of interest in it. This is sort of green energy projects where people are using wood for either pellets or say biodiesel, that kind of thing. Keeps coming up quite often, but I will say that it's not always the most serious parties that get involved with those deals.
Any other questions? Anyone want to address Tom with any question? We certainly appreciate you coming, Tom. And anytime you're having a get-together, always invite us, and we'll try to be in attendance if at all possible. I thought the deal at Country Square was a real nice meeting, and a lot of people got to get together and visit and exchange ideas. Very nice. That appreciation dinner y'all did recently was very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Is there any other business to come before the council tonight?
Mayor, I'd just like to take some time to publicly thank our ladies at the library. They've done a lot of good work this summer. They've helped me get a few items that I need, so I just want to publicly thank them for all they do and tell them how good of a job they're doing.
Absolutely. We had a good time at the ribbon cutting. We were down there in Forest pretty much, and it was a good event. And you might be surprised when you see Walmart get their crew together. They're a fairly large employer of our community, and they do a good job. That shopping app that caught on during COVID is carried right on forward, and many people are using that in your car shopping now. It's carried over, and I think it's here to stay. I really do. But the store is very beautiful, and they've made it all new again. I've been privileged to be at two openings of the Walmart stores, and then the grand reopening of recently remodeled store, including bathrooms and the new door that exits out with the shopping carts for the online shoppers. Just so nice. And, Chief, we're going to give you some more time.
Yes, sir. It will take just a second. I just wanted to give you kind of a staff update on where we're at the police department. We still have technically one vacancy with the anticipation of one very soon. So I'm kind of banking on 2 vacancies, so I just wanted y'all to have that, have this copy. That way you kind of know where we're at as far as our, that way you're not caught off guard or anything. We do anticipate one leaving to go to the University of Alabama to be a police officer there, and we still have a retired officer's spot to be filled. So just wanted to let you know where we're at in our hiring process. We've got 2 recruits that are PTing daily, and they will be ready for police academy on September 4th. So just want to pass that on.
Did we get our cruisers delivered to the equipment shop?
I haven't heard. Lieutenant Chandler and I were talking about that today, and we haven't heard anything from them yet. So
They won't come direct to Hamilton, they'll go to be equipped, and then
Yes,
they'll
sir.
come on to Hamilton, right?
yes, sir. And they'll probably wait until they get all the emergency equipment delivered before they deliver them to the emergency equipment facility. That way they can be secured in the lot until then.
All right, thank you for the update. Anything else? Again, we appreciate our guests. We're happy that you moved. Where did you move from, sir?
Tuscaloosa County.
Okay, not so far away.
No, sir.
You were down in the flat country down
But
there.
I actually never went to the Tuscaloosa City Council meeting. I lived in Fayette for a while, and I went to several Fayette city meetings.
Okay, okay. Well, welcome to our meeting tonight. You're always welcome to come if you'd like to sit in and hear what's going on in your own community.
I'm sorry about the dress. I didn't know there was a dress code or not.
You're okay. We don't have our
It's kind of
ties.
hot outside.
We don't have our ties in tonight. We welcome the Capacity family again tonight with us. We appreciate y'all showing up and joining in our meetings. With that said, if there's no further business, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
We've got a regular over there in the corner that'll make that motion. Scott made the motion. We got a second on that? Shane made the second. All in favor of adjournment? Thank you.
Local community. From a small dent to major collision repair, Hamilton Paint and Body is here for you. Owners Brett and Kim Guin would like to say thank you for your business.
Northwest Alabama Heating and Cooling, blowing away our competition.
Hello, I'm Richard Kitchens, owner of Sports Gallery here on the Court Square in Hamilton. I'd like to thank all of our customers, and thank you for watching the Hamilton City Council meeting.
Hi, my name is Randy Whitehead, President and CEO of People's Trust Bank. I invite you to view the live streaming of Hamilton City Council meetings every first and third Monday at 6 o'clock p.m.
In your perfect stay at the Holiday Inn in Guin off of I-22. Enjoy our amazing on-site restaurant and bar with a lunch buffet every Sunday. Relax with a quick getaway with your family and make a splash in our outdoor pool. Book your next event with us. Call us at 205-468-4625.
I'm Rick Chambliss with Marion County Funeral Home and Spry Memorial Chapel in Russellville, Alabama. This is Glenda Cochran, our manager out here. Under the laws of Alabama that was passed in 2002, a funeral establishment has to be certified with the state and carry a certificate of authority before they can even talk to anyone when the time comes. Is guaranteed to be there.
Since 1987, Smith Furniture has been in business to serve the community with high-quality furniture at the best price. Some of our name brands are Homestretch, Ashley, Lazy Boy, Catnapper, Lane, Bar Bassett, GE, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, and Maytag. We offer finance in 12 months, same as cash. So stop by Fulton, Mississippi and see Jim, Shannon, and Joe at Smith's Furniture, or call us at 662-862-7412.
Tom Bigby Electric Cooperative was formed for the need for electricity to the local citizens that were living in the rural areas of Marion, Lamar, and portions of Fayette counties. This line consisted of 12 miles and 22 consumers on the road from Guin to Sulligent. Between then and now, there has been a lot of hard work and dedication from a great number of people to make this cooperative what it is today. Tom Bigby Electric Corporation would like to thank each member. You can contact us today at 205-921-6712.
Your story starts at Bevel State Community College. Whether you are just starting out or starting over, Bevel State has an opportunity that is right for you. With 5 locations serving 7 counties, you don't have to go far to start your own success story. Plus, with tuition lower than 4-year colleges, you won't need to spend more for a great education. Visit us online at bscc.edu to learn about your options for seamless academic transfer and high-demand career tech and health science offerings. Let us help you tell your story.